What is up, Crypto Nation? This is like the third time I try to make this video today. My phone kept stopping the recording because I was running out of space. But I want to talk about what was I going to talk about? Man, Bitcoin, I think went up to like almost 7,500, or it did hit 7,500 today. Absolutely insane. It's nuts. It's doing pretty well, and some of the altcoins are doing pretty well also. BitConnect is obviously doing well with its direct relation to Bitcoin. So that's doing really, really good. We're going to be concentrating, like I said, back on that platform, on the mothership. You know what I mean? Things can get a little wild when you're dealing with these HYIPs, which I want to talk a little bit about as well too. We've noticed that October has been a month of, you know, like it was not good for ICOs basically, and November doesn't look like it's going to be any different, as we've seen the troubles and woes of maintenance, server issues and server maintenance and all this crap that's going on. You know, you got Regal Coin out, Bit is out, Hextra and Western Coin, they were out yesterday. They put up their internal exchanges yesterday, but as you saw, it didn't take too long for the to go down. So I think Hextra is out till, like, they're saying, I think by like the 9th or something like that, something similar to that. And this guy just jumped in front of me. What an asshole. The fuck out of my way. Anyway, but yeah, you get the fuck over now. Anyway, sorry about the road rage. He doesn't know what he wants to do. First he pulls out in front of you, and then wants to decide what they're gonna do. Absolutely ridiculous. What was I saying? Anyway, they are all suffering from maintenance server issues, and you know, that seems to be the theme. That seemed to be the theme of last month and I guess this month as well, starting out. So what do they all have in common? I think what they all have in common is obviously these HYIP developers are developing all these sites, and people are buying them, throwing them up like candy. And I think they're all using a similar script, obviously the script, the build to these websites. They may also be using the same outsourcing companies that are taking care of these issues, which is probably why it's taking so long. We're assuming that they had to have this model team behind them, and you know, they should be able to fix these things in a matter of like a day or less. And I think we're mistaken because we assume that since they're raising so much money that they obviously have the team to support the platform, and they don't. I think they're outsourcing this stuff, and the work is taking forever because, well, when you outsource stuff, you're kind of at the mercy of how quick they can fix things, depending on the issue. So yeah, it's it is unnerving, and it makes me want to appreciate what BitConnect has been able to do in its time out, simply because they've been out for so long and they've ran into all of the same issues that the new guys are having, the clones are having. But in BitConnect's defense, even though they may have taken a little bit of time, they were prompt at doing it. They let us know what they were doing. They communicated quite well about what they were going to be doing, how they were going to be doing it, and so it makes me appreciate them a little bit more because they've gone through the same thing and they have overcome it. But right now they're underrated. A lot of people didn't like BitConnect prior, so seeing a clone come out that claims they're going to do it better, it got a lot of people excited. The hype is still out there, but I think the hype now is dying down a bit because people are starting to see that with what comes with these clones are issues that seem to not be, they're not able to resolve these issues on their own. And a company like BitConnect, who was already established, you know, they're going about the path remember Jedi Knight said something about the, like the tortoise and the hare kind of thing. They may be going about this a little bit slow to us, to people who don't have, maybe not having a lot of money invested in it, who aren't really reaping the benefits of the referral program as much as others. But so for us, it kind of seems like, well, all these other companies are putting out better interest rates, doing this and that. Why is it that BitConnect won't do it? Well, they obviously have a rhyme and a reason for it. They have a rhyme and a reason for it. It is what it is. You just have to let them do what they do. They're coming out with the pay card soon. Other people have already done it. Why haven't they done it before? Like, why do they wait so long to do things? I'm going to say that they have a rhyme and a reason to doing it, and they know, they're taking a path that they feel is the best for them, and you got to respect that. So, like I said, these other companies, man, they are running into the problem that they're finding out is that the support is so huge for them, the projects, that the money is not the issue. It's being too big too soon. And I think that's what's happening. I think, I always say it, that a lot of these programs, instead of trying to force all of this stuff out right away, like Regal to me, in my opinion, they should have never mentioned anything about a token to begin with. They should have came out and just done the lending platform just like BitConnect did for almost a whole year before, and while they're doing that, generate money to then work on the token, getting the exchanges, the internal exchanges ready, working all that in the background while they're got their lending platform going. That's what they should have been. That's what these new companies should be doing, but they're not doing it. And the reason why BitConnect did that is because they already knew what it was going to take to get this stuff going. And so right now what we have is that, like I said, we have these people, they have these companies like Regal. They're coming in, they're promising us all this stuff, and they probably believe that they can do it. And they can't even make the deadlines. So that's why we're waiting. We're waiting because it's not finished. The job that they thought was going to be able to be done really quick. Well, if you rush it, then you get exactly what happened with Hextra Coin and Western Coin. They go down because it's not perfected. It hasn't been worked on long enough yet. The bugs aren't worked out yet. You know what I mean? They don't have a platform of people already there to like kind of test the waters of will it survive on the server, or what do we have to do? So they're doing this all on the fly. Regal Coin doesn't have a damn internal exchange yet because it hasn't been completed yet. You know what I mean? And it's their fault that they promised us something that we're not getting. But what they're making, the big mistake I think Regal is making, is that they realize that their internal exchange is not going to be ready in time, but instead of letting people trade the token like normal, they want to prevent the surplus of dumping, which could possibly kill the project in its infancy, by just locking up major investors and locking up the major shareholders from the ICO. They want to prevent those 5 million coins or however many million coins it was from just being dumped and traded, because that can harm them. And if it's dumped and traded and the quality of the coin, the value of the token goes down, then nobody's going to really want to deal with Regal Coin. That's the first issue. And then the second issue is that you have all these other clones coming out after it, which is then going to steal away the momentum and the momentum and the hype behind it. They're going to go elsewhere, and they're going to be left with spending a lot of money trying to fix this issue, or come out with this internal exchange, and then by the time that they actually even do it, nobody's going to be there to actually use the platform because they have already traded off and dumped the coin. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to prevent that by obviously locking up the accounts. So it's BS. And I think that it's almost like false advertising. If you're not ready for a token, if you're not ready for an internal exchange, if you're not ready to go live and do things right away, then you shouldn't even be, you shouldn't have an ICO advertising that. So that's my little rant on that. But yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. We are all in this space to try to win. We're all in this space to try to find the next best thing to capitalize. With all these companies that we do see coming out, we were all late to the BitConnect movement, most of us. So we're trying to find that next lending platform, that next thing that could be a good start. And if you get into it early enough, well, there'll be more people after you that got into it later that says, man, I wish I would have got into that Regal coin. I wish I would have got into that, you know, that platform. You know, they'll be saying it, and they'll be looking for the next best thing. So, you know, it's a vicious cycle, man. But we just have to realize that a lot of these companies that are coming out, they're not ready yet. We're expecting all of this stuff to materialize right after an ICO, and realistically, it's not going to happen. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and it's going to be a costly mistake for some, and you know, a very detrimental mistake for others. So some people might not affect as so much, but that's the reason why I did not go in on any of these ICOs. The only one that I was involved with heavily was Bit Petite, and man, it's been a complete letdown. But again, they're having issues too. I don't know if it is the case that they are trying to mess with these servers or whatever. You know, maybe it's going to take some time. I don't know if that is the case. Maybe it does take time. You see how Hextra Coin says they're not going to come back till the 9th. So, you know, obviously, I don't know. Maybe that's how long their outsourcing is going to take to fix the issue. I have no idea. But, you know, just going to back away from all that right now and focus on the things that are working. And that is BitConnect and Chain Group. And we're going to get those rocking, man. We're gonna rock those out and continue to make this passive income. That's what it's all about. So, guys, go back to the roots. Go back to your roots, the roots that work, and make it happen. You know what I mean? Make it happen. Divide your attention among everything that you're doing. Give it equal attention. Make sure everything is working. You know what I mean? It's very easy to get caught up in all these other programs and all these other tokens and doing a whole lot, spreading yourself thin, and then kind of forgetting, you know, where the ground is. You know what I mean? So it can happen really, really quick. As you've seen, these things come out of nowhere. But by the time you look up, you could be in so many things that it starts to be a little scary. So ground yourself, get back to what's working, and start grinding again. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.